All right, friends. Chapter 11, I'm going to get into subtraction. You're going to be subtracting up to 1,000 using models and plus 10, minus 10, and some different strategies to subtract and mentally and with open number lines, compensation, and regrouping. So looking at the first one, you're subtracting using mental math after you put your name on it. Use models if needed. You're looking here and you have 200s and 5 10s. This is 50, so it's 200 plus 50 is 250. So you're putting the 250 in. Now it says minus 10 and minus 100. So minus 10 is going to affect this tens digit. You got to look. You have to say, okay, 250, I have 5 10s. Can I take a 10 away? Yes, you can. Not going to require regrouping. 250 minus 100. Can I take 100 away from this 200? Yes, absolutely. So when I take those away, 250 minus 10 is 240. 250 minus 100 is 150. So let me show you another one, how this is going to work. So first thing you want to do up here is count your blocks. You have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Well, 600. If you have that expanded notation from last chapter, you're going to understand that this is 600 plus 10, 20, 30, plus 30 plus 4. Well, 600 plus 30 plus 4 is 634. Now that I've established 634 as my minuend, I need to subtract 10, minus 10, and minus 100. Minus 10, minus 100. Now you have to look. Can I take away 10 from here? Here's the tens digit. 3 10s, can I take 1 away? Yes. 634, can I, 100th digit, can I take 100 away? Well, there's 6 100s, I could take 1 away. Absolutely. It's nice to have these models because you can say to yourself, well, 634, can I take a 10 away? Yes, I can take a 10 away. 634 minus 100, can I take 100 away? Absolutely. So how would you do this mentally? Well, you're just going to hop back. If it's 34, just take, if it's just tens, and you have 34, you're going to take 10 away. It means moving up on a hundreds chart. If you're at 34 and you move up on the hundreds chart, it's 24, so it's 624. If you have 634, you can't have a hundreds chart that's going to do this. You could just subtract it underneath like this, and you have 4 minus 0, 3 minus 0, 6 minus 1. What is that difference? Well, 4 minus 0 is 4. 3 minus 0 is 3. 6 minus 1 is 5. 534. Over here, you have 100. You have 2. So you don't have 102. You have 100, no 10s and 2 1s. So you have 100, 0 10s, 2 1s, 102. This is where it gets tricky. You're subtracting 10 or subtracting 100. So 102 minus 100 is pretty easy, right? Just stack it. 2 minus 0 is 2, 0 minus 0 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0. So how many do we have left? 2. This is tricky because 100 minus 10, you don't have any 10s. So how do you do this? Well, with regrouping, you do it like this. 102 minus 10. You say to yourself, I can do 2 minus 0 is 2. 0 minus 1. I can't take 0 10s away from 1 10 away from it. I have to grab some and regroup these and say, well, this 100, I don't need 100, I need 10 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I have 10 10s, but I have 0 hundreds. I don't need the hundreds, I need 10 10s. Now I have 10 minus 1. 10 10s that I exchanged, regrouped. 10 minus 1 10, I took 1 away, is 9. So my answer is 92. 92 is the difference. That's tricky. My suggestion on all of these is going to be stack them. 719 minus 10, well, you're going to look if you need regrouping. I have 110, I can take 1 away, absolutely. I have 400s, I can take 100 away, absolutely. 308 minus 10, you're going to need to regroup on this one. 8 minus 0 you can do. 0 minus 1 you can't. What does that mean? Well, I need to grab one of these hundreds, so I have 2 hundreds, and I'm going to grab 10 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 100 went from here to 10 10s. 10 minus 1, 9, 2 minus nothing is 2. Careful in the regrouping. The rest do not require regrouping. Go ahead and try these next 3. Pause it and try the next 3. Just move this 100 under, subtract. Move the 10 under, subtract. Make sure you line it up. The 10 goes under here. Doesn't go under over here, under the hundreds. It's got to go under the 10s. Down at the bottom, it gets pretty tricky. So here's my suggestion on this one. 362 minus something is equal to 352. So you're trying to solve for this box. Take this number, 352 over here, and subtract it. 362 minus 352 is going to be this. Or if you can mentally say, okay, well, how many do I need to, my hundreds are not changing, my tens are changing, my ones are not changing. What do I need to do? I need to subtract how much? You can do it mentally or you can do it regrouping style. Same thing here, 801, 701. Well, maybe you can just do it mentally and say, oh, well, the 8's changing to 7, the 0 is the same, the 1's the same. What do I need to do? Or you can say, well, 801 minus 701. And it's not, oh, it's 0. Same thing over here, 549, 449. I need to solve for this X or box or empty space. Subtract it. Go ahead and try it. Pause this after you get these done and go ahead and try these three. The only one I'll say down here is pretty tricky is this one. Because if you tried that, 700 and 690, if you do 690 here, you cannot. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 9 you can't do. You need to regroup. You need to grab this 100, make it 600s, and then make this 10 tens. 10 minus 9 is 1. 6 minus 6 is 0. So the answer is 10. Flip it over. Marnie is studying facts about bees. She finds that one type of bee can pollinate 955 plants each day. A different type of bee pollinates 100 fewer plants. 100 fewer is ding, 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 subtraction. How many plants does it pollinate? So you got 955 and 100 fewer. Write your equation, solve. You might want to stack it after you subtract, because fewer means subtraction. That might help. Write it across. Over here, there was a marathon in Dundee. 10 of the runners did not finish this marathon. How many runners finished? Well, 689 runners. 10 didn't finish. So we're not going to add 10 to it. We're not adding 10 more students to the race. Did not finish. We're taking 10 away. 689 that entered. 10, write your equation, solve it. So it says write a 3-digit number and a story about subtracting 100 from your number. So Dave has 586 toys. He loses 100. How many are left? And then you can create your own. I just did 586 minus 100, so right here, 586 minus 100, and I solve for it. You can do whatever you want. Don't copy mine about saying Dave has 586 toys and he subtracts 100. How many are left? Make your own. Stack it over here. It might be easier to subtract. And last but not least, which is equal to 100 less than 463? 100 less means subtraction. So I need to do a two-stepper here. I need 463 minus 100. And that'll be my answer. Now, there's going to be more than one answer. So you're going to have to look at the expanded notation. When you get done, turn it in. If you have any questions, come see me. Thanks.